Hey, welcome to Board Game Today. It's Brett. Now, we've already done a first look at Panini's MetaX Justice League card game, looking at both starters and booster packs. Now, the MetaX is a new trading card game system that allows you to, well, basically build decks and battle it out. Now, what's really neat is it's going to be the same system across a whole bunch of different brands. Justice League is first out of the box. Now, what we're going to do is discuss a little bit more specifically about the cards themselves to kind of do a breakdown before an eventual gameplay video, which will come down the line. Now, I've already opened up 4 starters. 3 of them were unique starters, and opened up 12 booster packs, all provided by Panini. We, of course, want to be transparent by that so you know that we're getting stuff for free, and you can make a decision from there. What's great is just opening up those 12 booster packs, we were able to get a full common and uncommon set. Now, of course, we didn't get all rares, we didn't get the ultra rares, stuff like that, but we did get a few of them. But, you know, we got at least one of every common and uncommon, which I think is a very impressive thing with only 12 packs, half a box, basically. So, you know, already I have to give the Panini and the game some thumbs up, because there's quite a few games we play that, you know, even with one full deck, or full box, we're not guaranteed a full common and uncommon set. So, in MetaX trading card game, universes collide as you battle it out for crossover supremacy. Throughout the game, you'll be able to play your favorite heroes and villains, enhance your strategies with event cards, and engage in combat with battle cards. Attacking with your characters lead to gaining precious victory points. Collect 7 victory points to win the game. So now, we're going to go through the various card types to kind of discuss this and give a better idea as to what players can expect. First up, we're going to discuss from one of the starter decks the Green Lantern card, a character card. Of course, on the top, we've got the card title is Green Lantern Hal Jordan. To the right of that is Meta Points, which we're going to explain in a little bit. We have the trait, which is her hero character. An effect beneath that, you can see the little purple circle with draw a card. We're going to explain that as well. And then stat types, in this case, the blue and the green as tech and intelligence. And the rank values next to that is tech would be 3 and intelligence 6. So characters are basically the core of the deck, and they can do things such as provide resources and perform attacks. You can have up to 3 character cards in play at a time. They'll remain until KO'd by damage or discarded by an effect. Character cards generate meta points when they're played, that number that you can see on the right-hand side. Now, meta points are basically resources that you use to pay for other cards. The max amount of meta points you can have is 10, and it can never go below 0. So, character cards contain effects, and you can see the purple here that's what's known as a push effect. Kind of tapping in other games is what you might know it as. You may push the character to activate this effect, so instead of attacking, you could basically push Green Lantern and draw a card. Drawing cards is always a good thing. We have some other versions of this so you can see some of the other ones. We have Vixen here. She's kind of got that infinity symbol. And the infinity symbol is constantly in effect as long as the character card is in play. So whenever you discard 1 or more cards from your hand, you can draw a new card, which is pretty neat. And then finally, we've got Blue Beetle, who shows us the last one, which is the Green Triangle. The Green Triangle is this effect when the character card comes into play after gaining MP. This one's you may play another character with a maximum rank of 5 or less, so allowing you to play multiple characters, which is pretty neat. So as explained before with Hal Jordan, there is what's known as pushing. So pushing is basically when you are using the character to attack or its ability, you turn it 90 degrees. We've seen that in various other games. There's what's known as prep, which is basically you move it back. We've got the 3 symbols, 3 different stats or groupings, we can call those. I don't know the best way to describe it. The red, the green, and the blue. Red is strength, with the dumbbells, not too shocking there. Blue is intelligence, and green is special. I was calling that science, but special is actually the proper term. But with, the atoms and stuff like that, science works as well. You can see characters have multiple, or can have multiple. Some don't, and some have more than 2. And all kinds of different stats there. So that basically runs us through the character card. Every character card includes at least 1 stat type, and most have 2. And each includes, on a character card, it will have the rank from 1 to 7, and it determines which battle cards you can use. We're going to talk about battle cards in a little bit. Next up is event cards. Here we go. We have this event card. So you can see here, let's get this to focus. There we go. Event cards. At top is the title. This one's Meta Superiority. Underneath that is the effect. Attach a battle card from your hand to target character. And the MP cost is -2 in this case. I should also note on the bottom there are the rarities of this. So this is starter number 43, Justice League. So the Justice League starter, card number 43. There's also C for common, U for uncommon, R for rare. I think SR is super rare, and a few others. So basically with the effects, they allow you to perform one powerful one-time action that costs you MP. So as I said before, when you put a card in, character card in, you gain MPs, and then you can use those MPs to use things like the event cards. So Blue Beetle, when he is brought into the game, would give you +4, and then the event card would take away 2, so you'd be left with 2 and be able to play this event card. As you can see, obviously there's effects that impact the game in some way, and both the character and event cards are played during the planning step, which is part of the various phases of the game. Alright, and the final card is called Special Cards. So this one just says Special for Battle. So on the top left, you can see the stat type and rank. The MP cost is to the right. And then sometimes there's an effect. Not all the time there's effect, but sometimes there is effect on the bottom. This one's pretty generic, though. So battle cards are basically fuel for your characters to attack or defend, and they include a stat type and rank. So basically, the characters can use these stat cards that are equal to or less than the rank. So you need to use this to get a 4 science character. So Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, could use it to battle, but Vixen could as well with her 5. And then Blue Beetle could not because he does not have green at all. Another battle card, we've got one here, Strength. This one is 2, and it will give you 2 meta points to actually play. So it helps you grow some meta points, which is pretty good. Some of the meta cards have symbols that can only be used when you attack, and some have it that you can only use in defense. We don't have an example in my hand here. And then some battle cards have more than one stat. These cards act as wild cards, and they count as any one stat type listed on the card at all times. Basically, you have to have at least 1 rank value for at least one of those battle card stats. So basically, when you build your deck, you have to have exactly 40 cards. You can clue up to 3 copies of any given character or event card. And then for battle cards, you can include up to 3 copies of each stat type rank combination. So you could have 4 special cards, battle cards, that were like that 4 special or 2 strength, or you can have like 3 of those. And then you'd have to get like 3 of strength 3, for example, or then 3 of special 4. You know, it kind of tells you right there, strength and special. So that's kind of how you have to build your deck, which gets kind of interesting because you're limited as to what type of attacks you can do. So basically the game plays out that you, of course, draw your card in your hand, and then you play what you want, and then into the various zones, and you attack. So the first step is your prep step, so each turn you begin with a prep step. So any pushed characters are moved back to the prepped step. So then you do your planning. You can play up to 1 character card, and you activate push effects from that. So in this case, you could draw a card if you wanted to, and then you can play any amount of event cards. And to play those event cards, you usually have to pay, or pay for MP to do that. And then there's battle. And then battle basically is you turn your card, say you're battling, and you then play your battle cards as to that's what your attack is, and then your opponent can defend. And what happens is you declare your attack, you assign defenders, and you basically punch each other. And the way you go and defeat the other players with damage is you just take it. There's no things bounce, things don't happen. You're actually kind of getting punches in on each other. So let's say Green Lantern was attacked, and then the person had this rank 4. It would go, and this would stay under, so he would kind of have like 4 damage is one way to work it. is the way to look at it, and there's two different ways to defeat the characters. The damage taken attached to a character color includes includes a number of different stats, colors equal to or greater than the character's total amount of stats. So he's got a total of 9, so you'd have to get 5 more damage to like knock him out. And then the other is HP KO, and the damage attached to a character has a combined value equal to or greater than the highest rank on that card. So that's the TKO, where you get multiple of that 4 and be able to knock them out. So basically, there's two different ways. Let me explain this a little bit better. So the damage attached to a character includes a number of different stat colors equal to or greater than the character's total amount of stats. So he's got 2 stats. So if you were to do that, you'd be able to knock him out. He's now taken damage equal to or higher than the number of stats, so he's going to get knocked out. Otherwise, he also gets knocked out because that 2 and that 4 equals 6, which is equal to or higher than his higher stat. Yeah, so that's the highest rank, so he'd get knocked out that way is the other way. So he would, in this case, Green Lantern would get knocked out either way with these cards. And basically what you're trying to do is get your characters through to go and hit the other player, so they don't get blocked, they don't get stopped by the opponent, and instead get through and do damage. Instead of doing damage, what you do is you then take the top card off of their deck and basically take that as your damage. You do that 7 times and you win. That's the game in the nutshell. I mean, it doesn't really get much more complicated than that. And it's pretty entertaining. Again, I played it at San Diego Comic-Con. I thought it was very fun. It was a nice, simple, easy game that seemed to have some different combos that could be a lot of fun. And of course, we're going to go and use some of these starter decks to go and play the game, and then from there, discuss the cards themselves, going through and talking about ones that stand out that we think are generally neat for gameplay. So that'll be coming up right here on Board Game Today. We always appreciate you watching. Now you can go and get your own cards now. They are on sale. And again, we want to thank Panini for hooking us up with this cards, all these cards, to demo, show off, and check out ourselves. As always, thank you for the support. But thank you for watching. Of course, check us out every single day at BoardGameToday.com. And until next time, we want you to keep playing those games, have fun, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Now, what you can do that would be really helpful is subscribe or visit our website. We've got links right here that makes this super easy. By subscribing, you will make sure to get further videos down the road. And of course, visiting the website, you get all the greatest news. But just watching, we really, really appreciate it. Until next time, keep rolling those dice and keep it geeky.